Okay, sekejap ah. Okay, very good morning to everybody. 5 ellipse. So today is 28th of April, Wednesday. So this morning we have 3 period of mathematics, but we only can do 1.5 period. And then for the second 1.5 period, I will give you the exercise so that you can continue your exercise, and then you need to snap and send in your exercise into the Telegram group at or before 10:30 a.m. Okay, so I think that all of you can see my presenting here, right? Boleh nampak paparan saya kah? Boleh kan?
Boleh.
Okay, terima kasih. Okay, so awak tengok contoh yang kita buat semalam. Okay. So I will take attendance once again at the end of the lesson. Okay, so yesterday we have already talking about example 15A. Okay, 15B is your exercise. I think that 15B is not commutative law lah. Awak boleh cuba, memang bukan lah. Not commutative law. Okay, so question 16, example 16. A prime is an image of object A under the combined transformations PQ. Okay, so describe completely the transformations Q and P of each of the following. So if you look at the arrow here from the A, from the object, we go to the first image. Maybe the small diagram here inside the A prime, that one you can write A prime first. And then the final one you can change to A double prime. Nah, ini mungkin untuk mengelakkan awak keliru. Kenapa soalan ini ada 3 raja tetapi hanya ada 2 huruf. Awak masih boleh guna A prime, A double prime. So the A prime you can change to A double prime. And then the diagram inside the A double prime, right? Ya tidak ada kan? So you can write A prime. Okay, so these questions lebih kurang sebelum ini kita pernah buat juga, tapi masa itu kita hanya buat satu-satu. Contohnya apa jenis penjemahan yang terlibat. So here we do the combinations. So first of all, from A to A prime, the size is the same, right? So this is a translation. Why I say that this is Q? Because we know that PQ, we need to do the Q first, right? So you just write down the Q, and then Q is a translation. We move 3 to the right, 1 outward. So 3, 1. Translation 3, 1. Okay, this is a Q. Alia and Dayang. Alia semalam hadir ke? Saya rasa tidak hadir juga. Dia sudah 2 hari tidak hadir. Semalam saya rasa Alia hadir ke? Ada siapa ingat ke?
Tidak.
Tidak kan? Nanti nak cari dia, call dia. Mungkin dia balik kampung sudah ke? Tidak boleh kampung. Tidak boleh balik kampung untuk waktu ini ya. Kita masih bersekolahan seperti biasa. Hanya kita, seperti yang saya kata, kita pindahkan bilik darjah ke rumah awak. Ini mungkin belum bangun lagi dia ini. Okay. Okay, so the first one is a translation. Okay, second one, from the A prime to A double prime. So we know that this is an enlargement because the A double prime is bigger than the A prime, right? So that we know that this is an enlargement. So enlargement, we need to have a scale factor, and then we need to have a center. So if you look at my answer here, okay, if you look at my answer here, so I try to draw the dashed line to get the center of enlargement. So you can choose corresponding point, corresponding edges, and then you connect with your ruler at least 2. and then we will get at least two straight lines, two dash line, and then we can get the center. Okay, the intersection point. So the center is 0, 2, and then the scale factor, you can take one of the side. So here I use the horizontal side. Actually, 3 1 to become 3. So the scale factor is 3. Enlargement with scale factor of 3 at the center 0, 2. Like just I say before this, Wilson write like this. Enlargement at the center 0, 2 with the scale factor 3. Yes, correct. So we doesn't matter which information you write first. Yang penting scale factor ada, center ada. Siapa tulis dulu tak kisah. Tapi enlargement, the words enlargement should be at the beginning of the sentence. Pembesaran, translasi, putaran, perkataan itu mesti pada permulaan ayat. Yang maklumat lain itu terpulang. Okay, scale factor 3 ke, scale factor of 3 ke, we accept. And then in the center ke, at the center ke, on the center ke, tak kisahlah. Sebab kita bukan uji tata bahasa. Yang penting center 02 is correct. Remember? Okay. Memanglah kalau boleh kelas awak saya minta tulis dengan ayat yang lebih kemas. Jangan tulis sebarang. Walaupun saya kata maklumat itu asal ada boleh. Tapi untuk kelas awak kita minta lebih baik lagi lah cara tulis dia. Okay. Okay, number 2, we look at the B. Sama juga from A to A prime to A double prime. So A prime itu tukar kepada A double prime supaya awak faham di sini lah. Okay, so A to A prime is the reflection. Reflection at the line x equals to 1. S equals to 1 already given to you. S equals to 1 already given to you. And then the second transformation is a rotation. Is it? Rotation. A prime to A double prime. Rotation of 90 degree clockwise. Clockwise at the center 6, 5. 6, 5. You can write rotation at the center 6, 5 of 90 degree clockwise. Terpulang lah. Clockwise 90 degree ke 90 degree clockwise boleh juga. If you write the anti-clockwise, so the angle should be 270. You can write rotation of 270 degree anti-clockwise is correct. 270 anti-clockwise equals to 90 degree clockwise. Tapi jarang kita tulis macam itulah. Tapi betul juga kalau you tulis anti-clockwise 270 lah. Okay, so this is B. Have you done, Jen? Hello? Okay, so we continue. Next, C. So first one, reflection. So from A to A prime, and then A prime to A double prime, enlargement. Reflection and then enlargement. So this reflection, you can write reflection at the y-axis. Yes, you can write y-axis, or you can write at the line. Actually, this y-axis we also can. If we write into the equation is x equals to 0. X equals to 0. You can write x equal to 0, correct? You can write y-axis. Either one. Tapi jangan tulis dua-dua. Kalau tulis dua-dua, dalam peperiksaan kita akan pilih mana yang salah. Bukan pilih yang betul. So, jangan tulis dua. Tulis satu cukup. Takut nanti dua-dua itu, kecuali dua-dua betul. Itu tak ada masalah. Takut nanti ada salah satu itu salah tulis apa. Menyebabkan awak hilang markah. So reflection at the y-axis or reflection at the line x equals to 0, full stop. And then after that, enlargement, very clear, smaller to become bigger. All right, enlargement with scale factor of 2. The scale factor is 2. At the center 2, 3. Center is 2, 3. You can using corresponding edge, and then you connect. You try to draw the dash line, and then you will get the center is here 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, so write the descriptions here. Okay, but this is a combinations, combined transformations. Combined transformations. Okay, ready? Okay. Okay. Okay, so next D, I give you 10 seconds. You try to write down and then I ask you the answer from one of you. D. Awak cuba tulis Q first and then followed by P because PQ means that we need to do the Q first. So write down the Q first and then P. If you want to write down the P also can, but you need to make sure that your sentence is correct. Okay, Jane, what is your Q? Can you read out your answer for the Q? From A to A prime, and then A prime to A double prime. So you write down the first one, the blue color one is A prime, and then the biggest one is A double prime. So easier for you. Okay, Q. What is a Q, Jane? Q. Jane? Not yet. I wait you. Another 10 seconds. Yeah, what is your answer? Very clear, right? A to A prime. What is the transformation involved here? Jane? Jane, not yet. Okay, Evelyn? What is your answer, Evelyn? Reflection. Can you give the complete sentence? Yes, reflection.
Reflection at the x-axis.
Yes, thank you. Okay, well, the answer should be the Q. Should be reflection at the x-axis or reflection at the line y equals to 0. You also can, yeah, yes. Jen, your answer is a reflection at line X. No, not line, x-axis. Reflection at the x-axis. If you write x-axis, correct. Okay, or you write the reflection at the line y equals to 0. Y equals to 0 or x-axis. Either one. Okay, thank you. And then after that, what is our P? Transformation P. Stephanie? Stephanie? Hello? Yes, Stephanie. Stephanie, where are you? Kenapa tidak mau berjaga? Okay, enlargement with scale factor of 2 at the center 12, 12, negative 2. Okay, let us check. Yes, enlargement with scale factor of 2 at the center 12, negative 2. 12, negative 2, correct. Well done. Okay, that is the answer for P. So you just write down the correct sentence. Actually, we describe what happened to the transformations. Okay, so inilah salah satu yang diuji dalam SPM yang lepas. Setiap tahun ada description ini 5 hingga 6 markah. If reflection 2 marks, enlargement 3 marks. for the sentence. 2 sentence, 5 marks. Very easy to get the marks, right? Okay. Next, we go to the E also. Okay, so I think this is very easy also. A to A prime first, and then A prime to A double prime. You tengok anak panah. First and second. So we go to the Q first. What is a Q here? Q, Elena? Elena. What is your Q? And then followed by P. P, we ask Nazim later on. Yeah, Elena, what is your Q? Transformation Q. Hello? Hah? Rotation? Tapi kalau you tengok daripada transformation Q ini, yang kecil ini jadi besar. Kecil jadi besar, dia bukan putaran. Kalau putaran, rotation, dia mesti size dia sama. Tapi kalau satu besar, satu kecil, itu bukan rotation. Saya faham maksud awak di sini, tapi dia bukan rotation. What else? Shafika, can you help? Yes, Shafika, open your mic.
Enlargement.
Yes, full sentence.
Enlargement at center 6, -2 with scale factor -2.
Yes, very good. Okay, thank you, Shafika. So the answer for the transformation Q should be like this. Enlargement with the scale factor of -2. Yes, because the object and image are opposite side. Pada dua sisi yang bertentangan. So the scale factor should be negative. So -2. I repeat, enlargement with scale factor of -2 at the center 6, -2. Coordinate 6, -2 is the center. Very good, Shafika. So that is a full sentence. So this one is enlargement scale factor -2. Opposite side. Okay, and then we ask Joseph to continue the P. What is the transformation P here?
Not me, sir.
Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
Oh. Reflection at the line x equal to 6.
Yes, very good. Okay, reflection at the line x equals to 6. So that is a reflection for the P. Very easy. P, reflection. Okay, thank you. So this is the E. Okay, next we go to example 17. I give you 5 seconds to settle it, and then we go to example 17. Example 17. Okay, so example 17, Q prime is the image, means that the Q prime actually is a double Q double prime, a final image of object Q under combined transformation KL. Describe completely the transformation L and K. First of all, dia ada dua. Number one is you write down the transformation L and transformation K. And then for the number 2, we have two job here. Job number 1 is you need to write down L and K, transformation L and K separately. Kerja pertama di sini soalan pertama di sini ialah awak buat huraian K dan L masing-masing. And then tugasan kedua di sini, saya tidak mau tulis 2, dia kata. Bolehkah 2 itu gabung jadi 1? So dia tulis single transformation. Nanti saya akan terangkan. Okay, for this example, okay, so if you look at L, from Q to the Q prime, the smaller one, this is L. This is L, so the L is translation -4, -2. 4 ke kiri, 2 ke bawah. So the L is you write down number 1 and then L translation -4, -2. Translation -4, -2. And then number 2, okay, number 2, K. You write down the transformation K. What is a K? From the Q prime to Q double prime is an enlargement, right? So you write down enlargement with the scale factor of 2, right? Positive 2. At the center, -1, 2. The center is -1, 2. -1, 2. So daripada translasi pergi pembesaran. So dia melalui 2 penjemahan lah. Itu jawapan pertama. Can you follow, Jen? Hello, can you follow? Kalau terlalu laju saya awak beritahu.
Seulang balik.
Okay, so untuk ini awak kena tulis di sini. You ada nampak describe completely 1 and 2, is it? So this is 1 first. Okay, 1. You write down the 1. Okay, inside the 1, we need to describe 2 transformation. That is the L and then K. So from the diagram, the L is from Q to the blend, right? Actually, this is a Q prime, and then the last one is a Q double prime. You can change it. Q to Q prime under the L, the sentence should be like this. Translation -4, -2. Saya ulang. Translation bracket -4, -2. -4, -2 cara tulis seperti kita tulis matrix. Bab 2 kita belajar matrix kan? And then after this Q prime to Q double prime is the enlargement. That is a K. K is enlargement with scale factor of 2 at the center, -1, 2. -1, 2. Okay, so that is the answer for part 1. We need to do part 2 also. Means part 2 means we need to combine from Q to Q prime or from Q to Q double prime. We only can use 1 transformation. Tadi kita guna 2 ayat untuk hurai kan, sekarang gabung jadi 1 ayat, single transformation. So what single transformation we can describe here? Clarissa?
Yes.
What is your answer? What is your answer for combined transformations? Only 1 sentence. Which type of transformation involved here for number 2? For the single transformation here. So kita tengok ialah daripada Q to Q prime. Yang kecil di tengah ini tidak tengok lagi. Itu maksud dia. Okay, so kita tidak melalui 2 penjemahan. Dia hanya melalui 1 penjemahan dari objek terus pergi ke image akhir. From the object go to the final image. What transformation involved here? Q to Q. Yes, enlargement. So the sentence is enlargement with the scale factor of 2. Enlargement with the scale factor of 2 at the center, 7, 6. You can write at the point P also can. The center is point P. If you want to write the point P, yes. Oh, okay. Dayan kata dia punya line tidak dapat. Okay. All right. So the single transformation is enlargement with scale factor of 2 at the center, 7, 6, or at the point P. Dia punya pusat ada 2 cara. Ataupun you tulis at the center P and then bracket 7, 6 pun boleh. Ini maksud dia. So awak kena buat dua. Satu ialah hurai secara berasingan. Dua penjemahan. Contohnya di sini translasi lepas dulu pembesaran. Kalau kita nak hurai single, satu saja tarik objek pergi ke image akhir terus. Tidak melalui orang tengah. Itu di sini dia melibatkan enlargement. Enlargement. Okay ya? Okay, that is answer for A lah. Ada 3 jawapan. Number 1, you write the L, you write the K. And number 2, single transformation. Okay. So your exercise B and C. You try first B and C. Okay, now we go to example 18 also is your exercise A and B. You try it. Okay, now we go to last part. We have 10 minutes more. 5.4 tessellation. Tessellation. Tessellation is a pattern of recurring shapes that fill a plane without leaving empty space or overlapping. Okay. Dia kata tessellasi ialah pola, dia satu jenis pattern ialah pola dalam bentuk yang berulang yang memenuhi suatu sata tanpa ruang kosong atau pertindihan. Dia tidak boleh bertindih. Tapi dia boleh saling memenuhkan ruang-ruang kosong. Tetapi tidak boleh bertindih. Dia tidak ada ruang kosong di sini. Contoh, we look at the example here, tessellation. That's why I say that math is very beautiful. This is one of the part. Kalau ada warna lagi cantik lah kalau you tengok buku test awak. For this one, tessellation that consists of a combination of square. Tengah-tengah ada square kan, segi empat sama. And then in between the square kita sambung dengan pola itu kita sambung dengan regular octagon. 8 sisi kan. Kalau ini menjadi dinding kita cantik kan. Dia ada 2 polygon here. One is square, another one is a regular octagon. And number 2, tessellation that consists of heptagon. Anak panah ini heptagon, 7 sisi. Dan sebenarnya tengah-tengah ini dia juga disambung dengan anak panah yang terbalik. Kan? Arah yang terbalik tapi warna putih. Ada nampak tak? So dia maksudnya tidak boleh ada ruang kosong. Dia mesti penuhkan. Tetapi bentuk itu sama atau yang berlainan. Tetapi dia tidak boleh, dia perlu berulang. Dia tidak boleh yang berbagai jenis. So ini satu contoh. Mungkin anak panah ini yang terbalik putih itu tak berapa nampak. Tapi kalau nampak, boleh nampak itu memang dia adalah pada opposite side. And then in our daily life also, tessellation ini ada pada buah nanas. Ada tak? You tengok buah nanas ini dia punya pattern macam segi empat sama square. I don't think so is square lah. Biasanya berapa sisi saya lupa. 6 hexagon. Pada badan kepada nanas ini awak boleh tengok nanti. And then another one is football. Football ini dia ada 2 pattern di sini. Number 1 is a 5 side is a pentagon. Another one is a 6 sides. This is a hexagon. Hexagon. Pentagon and hexagon. Dia berulang-ulang. And then membentuk satu corak yang cantik lah. Ini dalam kehidupan harian kita. Selalu kita boleh nampak. Okay, and then ini contoh lagi ini laba-laba. Bukan laba kan? Lebah ke laba? Ini mereka buat sarang. Tengok. Macam magic dia boleh buat sarang yang begitu kemas. And then dia membentuk satu pola yang cantik. Ada 6 sisi saya rasa. This is a hexagon, right? So itulah keindahan alam semester kita. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4 also lah. This is a example of tessellation for your knowledge. Okay, so the example 19, we want to determine whether the following diagram is a tessellation or not. Okay, number A already lah. This is a tessellation which consists of equilateral triangle only. How about the B? Is it B a tessellation? Rosiana?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you just write down a tessellation which consists of what? How many sides? 6. So this is regular. I don't think so. This is regular, but regular lah. Kalau polygon mesti regular. Regular hexagon only. We write down a tessellation which consists of regular hexagon only. Okay, that is the answer for the B. Also is a tessellation. How about the C? C. We ask one of siapa belum saya tanya lagi ya. Lelaki Rooney, yeah. Rooney. C.
Yes. C.
Is it tessellation?
Is it tessellation? No.
No. Yes. No. Yes. C is not tessellation. Rooney, yeah, off your mic. Okay, so the answer is yes. No, sorry, no. So you just write down this is not a tessellation because what is the reason? Because ini bentuk apa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6 sides. This is a regular hexagon because the regular hexagon is overlapping. Dia bertindih kan? Tadi kita kata tessellation tidak boleh bertindih kan? Ya, Wellington, awak tunggu sekejap. Kita akan mula 9.45. Okay, just masuk join saja tak apa. Okay, we continue. So for the C, because just now we say that the tessellation without overlapping, tidak boleh bertindih. Tetapi ini C ini dia bertindih kan? So this is not a tessellation. So not tessellation, not a tessellation because the regular hexagon is overlapping. Sebab dia punya pola itu bertindih. Dia punya itu hexagon bertindih. Tidak boleh bertindih. Kalau bertindih bukan tessellasi ya. Okay, how about the D? How about the D? Is it a tessellation? Hello? Can anybody? Adakah ini tessellation? Wilson?
Yes.
Kalau kita tengok ini bukan kalau you tengok ini, this is a rectangle, is it? On the left we have a rectangle, and then di bawah ini pula ada satu rectangle yang lebih pendek. Ini dia tidak sama pattern kan? Maksudnya dia tidak berulang. Walaupun ini tidak ada ruang kosong, dia memang penuhkan semua pola, tetapi pola itu adalah tidak sama. Segi 4 sama ini memang okey. Segi 3 okey. Hexagon okey. Tapi yang segi 4 ini ada nampak tak? And then di sini pun ada satu segi 3 kecil. Ini segi 3 kecil pula tidak sama dengan yang atas. Jadi ini bukan tessellasi ya. Not a tessellation. Not a tessellation because we use the first condition because because there is not a recurring shape. Dia bukan bentuk yang berulang. Ini bukan bentuk yang berulang because it's not a recurring shape. Okay, so ini bukan tessellasi. D bukan not a tessellation, and then give the reason because there is not a recurring shapes. Okay, and then example 20, you are asking to design a tessellation now. Okay, for example, you are given the hexagon, regular hexagon. So orang ini buat hexagon macam inilah, dia berulang. Okay, correct. How about if you're given kite? Okay, later on you try Saya nak tengok apa you dapat lukis Okay, kite. And then C, you are given 2. One is a triangle, equilateral triangle, segitiga sama sisi. Another one is a regular hexagon. And then D, you are given the square and regular octagon. Octagon. So nanti awak buat contoh 20. Ini yang last, muka surat 90 sudah. Jadi nanti pukul 9.30, sorry ya, 10.30, 10:30 ya, 10.30, awak hanya perlu ambil gambar untuk muka surat 87, 87, 88, 89, 90. 4 muka surat. 87, 88, 89, 90 ya. Ambil latihan yang you buat lah. Contohnya muka surat 89, you just only need to give example 19. Nota atas itu tak perlu ambil gambar pun tak apa. Okay, 87, 88, 89, 90. So one student 4 pages. Not 4 pages, sorry. 4 photo. 4 photo. Okay, before or at night. Sorry, before 10:30. Before 10:30. You have more than 45 minutes to solve it. I believe that you can finish it. Okay, so we have still 2 minutes. So saya nak maklumkan dulu macam ini ya. Okay. Semalam kan cikgu kata kita nak beli buku kerja kertas model kan, tetapi saya pergi kedai buku tidak buka. Boleh dikatakan semua kedai buku di Sibu tak buka sebab dia tidak boleh buka. Jadi saya akan guna bahan lain lah untuk ganti itu nanti ya. Kalau minggu depan boleh balik sekolah, saya akan edar masa itu. Kalau tidak boleh balik sekolah, kita akan cari masa untuk awak datang ambil lah. Bersama dengan buku kerja yang you masih ada pada saya. Okay, itu perkara pertama. Perkara kedua, tadi saya sudah upload pertandingan Benedict Go itu punya senarai, and then sesi yang awak pilih untuk menjawab pertandingan itu. Jadi itu senarai dia. Kalau ada kesilapan tolong maklumkan saya secepat mungkin sebelum saya hantar. Okay, kemudian yang ketiga, don't forget. Okay, everybody. Okay, don't forget everybody. So this Friday, we have a test, topical test 3 and topical test 4. So we will do at the time 8:30 to 9:30, 1 hour, 2 topical test. Satu topical test setengah jam. Okay, so kita buat secara offline. Pada pagi itu, saya akan hantar topical test 3 sebelum pukul 8.30. Kemudian topical test 4 before 9 AM. Saya tidak akan sekali bagi dua, saya akan bagi yang pertama sebelum pukul 8.30, yang kedua sebelum pukul 9. And then kedua-dua perlu awak hantar before 9:30 ya. Before 9:30, you have 1 hour. So this Friday we don't have lessons, we just do the topical test. Kita hanya buat topical test. Okay, topical test sahaja kita buat pada hari apa? Hari Jumaat ini ya, hari Jumaat ini. So minggu depan kalau ada di sekolah kita akan ulang kaji lah, 1 to 4 I think. Tengoklah tapi saya tidak akan mula bab baru minggu depan. Kita akan sama ada buat ulang kaji ataupun tengok keadaan macam mana lah. Okay, so that's all for chapter 5. We already finished because saya baru tahu ada sekolah-sekolah lain sudah sampai bab 7 pun ada. Sudah hampir habis bab 7. Sebab kita hanya 8 bab. So kita tengok dulu adakah kita sambung 4, 6 ataupun kita ulang kaji balik. Sebab sekarang belum tentu lagi ada tak peperiksaan. Kalau tak ada peperiksaan, saya tengah kata buat ujian bulanan ke. Saya pun tak tahu bila dan semua maklumat belum diterima. So kita bersedialah. So buat sementara waktu, we just until chapter 5 first. Okay, complete all the exercise inside there and then snap the photo and send in to the Telegram. So Friday, remember this Friday we have a topical test. Please make sure that all of you need to attend, kena hadir dan kena buat dan ambil gambar, hantar ke dalam group. And then cara hantar ke dalam group Telegram. Group Telegram. Kalau boleh buat dengan jujur lah, jangan menyaling. Kalau tidak dapat menguji betul-betul ke awak faham atau tidak. So saya harap semua pelajar boleh buat, sebab itu kita buat secara offline sudah, secara offline. So you just buka and then you tengok apa soalan dia dan you terus buat ke dalam sama ada buku latihan ataupun kertas kajang. Dua-dua boleh. Dua-dua boleh. Okay. So saya rasa itu sahaja untuk pagi ini. Kita jumpa lagi pada hari Jumaat nanti. Ada apa-apa boleh hubungi saya. Sekian, terima kasih. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Stephanie.